Ruy Lopez opening, Berlin, El Hermit, Berlin wall defense. Smooth, one player took the advantage and never let go. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. nf6 advances the knight and engages in an attack on the exposed e4 pawn. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. nxe4 captures the e4 pawn and places the knight in the center of the board where it controls many important squares. d4 opens up the center, attacks the e5 pawn and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. nd6 retreats the knight to a central square where it attacks the bishop on b5. bxc6 captures the knight and forces black to double the c-pawns. dxc6 captures the bishop, opens up the d-file and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. dxe5 captures the e5 pawn, attacks the knight on d6 and controls the f6 square. nf5 moves the knight to an active square where it controls d4. qxd8 plus trades queens and stops black from castling. kxd8 recaptures the queen. Game's master. It is the final book action. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. That's good. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. It is quite good. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is ideal. It is a fair deal after all captures. This prevents the adversary from winning a pawn. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. This misses a chance to link together rooks. It is incorrect. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. That's good. This squanders a chance to link rooks. It is incorrect. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This provides a free pawn. It is incorrect. It was a free pawn there. It is ideal. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a rook. It is excellent. The rook is now in a safe position. It is ideal. Black was formerly in a better position, but today white is the victor. It is incorrect. That's a decent move. That's good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. A wise decision. It is quite good. This is not the best approach. It is incorrect. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This seizes a helpless pawn. It is ideal. The pawn is now on a square that is safer. That's good. A passed pawn is pushed by this. That's good. It's all right. That's good. When a rook retreats, this attack wins a tempo. That's good. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. This poses a fork piece threat. That's good. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. This makes it impossible for the adversary to fork parts. It is quite good. Thus, the attacked pawn is protected. That is good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is quite good. As a result, the rooks are placed in a single file and are able to cooperate to pose a danger. It is ideal. This requires an outpost, a square that is currently in play where a pawn cannot push the bishop off the board. It is quite good. The rook is now in a safe position. It is ideal. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. It is quite good. This exchange is fair. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is excellent. Smooth. One player took the advantage and never let go. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game. This reveals an attack on a pawn. It is excellent. Smooth. One player took the advantage and never let go. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game.